Hello, Object Show friendos. Hope you're all doing well, taking care of yourselves, feeling awesome, or as awesome as you can feel. And if you're not feeling too awesome, I hope things pick up for you. Mikey back with another episode of Object Show Roundup. Another weekend, another episode. I'll be honest. Well, listen, we do have a brand new show that just started this week to talk about, but a lot of this episode is merch updates because I totally forgot about Black Friday being a thing. And oh geez, did a lot of people hop on that train. So we've got a lot of that to go over. But there's other updates besides that, but to be fair, it's the majority of the updates. And oh geez, it was so hard to restrain myself from buying every single thing I saw over the last couple of days. I tell you, I think I did pretty well. I think I held myself back pretty well. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but it wasn't terrible. Let's hit these updates, shall we? So first, an update from THREEEE's mug. This is a funny one to actually talk about because it actually involves me. Yes, if you didn't see it, a video went up just the other day. THREEEE's mug, Stone, sat down with me and we had a nice little chit-chat, a nice little very informal interview. Talked about Battle for Niche Internet Fame, talked about other OSC creators, talked about a whole bunch of stuff. So it was a really fun time, and I had so much fun doing the whole thing. So if you haven't checked it out yet, hop on over to the video and have a watch. We yapped for so long. So long. I don't do short form content. I don't know how to. And clearly, neither does Stone. Because, yeah, that conversation just went. And honestly, I had the best time. Thank you so much, Stone, for taking time out of your day to sit down with me and chat. And there will be more of these chats, potentially with Stone again in the future. I have already talked to somebody else about also sitting down for a chat. And there is also somebody else potentially on the card. So expect this to maybe become a regular thing, and I honestly think it's a really good chance for these creators to sit and talk about their show, talk about plans they've got, and just like let fans of their shows know a little bit more about them as well. I just think it's a really cool little way of letting these people go, hey, look, I'm not just this invisible force behind everything. I'm here. I'm a person. I have things I want to talk about. So definitely want to do more of those. I might even open up something like a Google form or something if people want to maybe even reach out and chat, like the chat with Stone. I'm more than up for talking to other creators. But in the meantime, you can find me on Discord pretty easily. My username on Discord is exactly the same as my username here, so I'm pretty easy to find. I don't think there's probably a lot of people with my name, so it should be easy enough to discover over on the Discord if you want to reach out there. I'm also on Blue Sky if you want to send me a message there, because I just think it's a really fun thing and I want to do more of them. It would be fun to try and do like maybe one a month. Maybe I'm stretching by saying that. Maybe that's too much for me, but it'd be nice to try and aim for that. So anyway, like I said, there's somebody else potentially coming up soon, and then maybe somebody else soon after that. So, essentially that's already December and January sorted. If I do one a month. Hey, if I could free up more time, I'll do even more. But for now, go check out the one with Stone if you haven't seen it. It's super fun. And again, thank you, Stone. You're awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out. It was such a fun time. Alright, let the merchandise procession begin. We'll start with Allenimations. Yeah, we already talked about this because there had been teasers anyway. And yeah, we've got... And I did say as well, when we saw the top hat as a plush, I was like, oh, are we only getting top hat? It's like, I was like, I can't get top hat if GPS isn't part of the collection. We got GPS and top hat. But guess what, though? We didn't just get GPS and top hat. Oh, no. We got GPS and top hat in their prom outfits. Come on. You can't do this to me. I'm gonna cry. Oh, look how cute they are. Oh, honestly, when I saw this drop, I lost my flippant mind. Oh, jeez, they're so adorable. So this is the first of many merch discussions we haven't. So this one is an objectshow.com drop. So I mean, objectshow.com has a whole bunch of stuff right now. There's a whole bunch of bundles because a whole bunch of new stuff came out. So there is a bundle of like all of the new ones you could get. I didn't do that. I couldn't. There's not. But you know, so yeah, look. All I'll say before we get into the rest of these, how do I always get the wrong side when I want to do hand motions every single time? Objectshow.com. So if like, hey, if you've got Christmas wish lists, this is not a bad time to start throwing things out there and say, hey, look, these are on sale if you get the bundles. Just saying, might be a good opportunity to start wrangling that. But, you know, since a lot of them are on pre-sale, they won't arrive in time for the holidays. But at least it could be surprise late holiday presents, you know? Either way. This is just the first. Believe you me, there's more coming in this video. There's more. And talking about more, the Inanimate Insanity store did launch on Wednesday, so that's now live over at inanimateinsanity.com, and they've got an updated version of the blanket. Which has the Season 4 characters on it, and it's got redesigns of the characters as well, so it's all the Season 4 kind of style now. And frustrating because I already got the old blanket, so it's fine. It's fine. Maybe I'll get the new blanket sometime, but I had to be very restrained. Again, I may or may not have ordered some things from the new store. Don't worry, you'll get to see them all in due course. But I'm going to have to hold fire on it for now. Well, one of the things I ordered is a pre-sale, so it's not going to get here super soon. But you'll get to see all of the randoms. I said random, it's not random, it's OSC. You'll get to see all of this stuff at some point. I will do a video where I show all of the stuff. But I'm just going to wait because, yeah, I'm just going to wait. I don't need to give you a reason. I'm waiting. I'm just going to wait. But yeah, if you want to head over there, all of the new plushies are out now. And you've got some other cool stuff kicking around, and it's going to be interesting to see if they bring any of the old stuff back. A lot of people were talking about the floor rug. I would buy him in a heartbeat for sure, but we'll just wait and see. We'll wait and see. They're just getting started. I guess they just want to get things off the ground and up and running, and then they'll see what they can do. But yeah, exciting times. There's some really cool merch kicking around at the moment. Also, earlier this week, AnimationEpic did announce that Inanimate Insanity Season 4, Episode 4 is coming out today. Well, it's not today if you're watching this because it's Saturday now, but today for me, as I'm sitting recording this. So I was in two minds. Listen, I'll be honest, you know the deal. A new episode of something comes out, Mikey goes through it, does all of his notes, gets all of the screenshots and clips together. So I was thinking, depending on what time this episode comes out today, I might be able to squeeze it into this episode. But then I was like, no, bad Mikey, do not overwork yourself. I know, listen, I'm sorry. I know it would have been really, really awesome to have a roundup of that episode for today. But I've also got to respect the time that I have. And I do not want to stress myself out. I do this because I really like doing it, and I do enjoy doing it, but I do not want to start stretching myself for time and feeling like I have to rush something. I'd rather give myself more time to go over things. So, with that said, there will be another midweek episode. There will be a midweek Object Show Roundup next week, where we will talk about the new episode of Inanimate Insanity and maybe anything else that happens in the meantime. It's really sometimes good to have these midweek episodes too, because sometimes a whole bunch of stuff, not episodes, but like updates come out over weekends. So it's nice to kind of get those in there midweek. So it could end up being a really handy dandy little midweek episode anyway. I am really excited for episode 4 though. I did not watch the teaser, because that's what they dropped. They just dropped this teaser, and I was like, oh no. I have seen people discussing it though, and I'm like, no, listen, stop. I don't want to even try and piece things together from what people are saying, because people are like dropping little bits here, little bits there. It's like, no, don't, please. I've managed to avoid a majority of the... I managed to avoid the trailer, which I generally do anyway now. So I am going in totally terrified, in all honesty. I don't know. I'm getting bad feelings. I just feel... I keep waiting for this season to ramp up the kind of the threat level, because we had Tube nearly dying in episode 2, and I'm just like, okay, well, now we're episode 4. We do have the threat. We do have the no recoveries anymore. So yeah, I'm worried. I'm a little bit on edge, to be honest. And this is despite me saying I don't think they'll bring up any more super serious threats until much further in the season. I don't know. I feel like they might not be waiting now. I hope I'm wrong. But we'll see, won't we? Well, we'll have already seen, because it's Saturday now when we should all have watched it, right? We should all have watched it. Yee. Anyway, yes, there will be a midweek episode to go, a midweek episode of OSR to go over that new II episode. And, yeah, look forward to that one, I guess. All right, guess what? We've also had an update from Cheesy. It's not a Paraguay update. No, it's also merch. Guess what? All of the One merch is back, and it's for sale. I like the I love this image, by the way. It's a bundle and save, and it's got like 30% written over there. Yeah, so all of the One merch is back again. Good job, Cheesy. I mean, do you know, it's one of those things where sometimes someone says, this is it. This merch is going to be done one more time, and then that's going to be done. No more. You will never see this merch again. And it's like, hey, you know what? It's back. And listen, I don't mind that at all. It's really cool for people to have another chance to get stuff that they thought they wouldn't be able to get anymore. So it's great. It's 30% off everything, which is fantastic. Like we already have this entire bundle. I got this bundle like straight away as soon as it first popped up. I was like, well, I need to get all of this stuff. So I say Ruby has all of this stuff. But yeah, we have all of these friendos already. But if you didn't get the chance and you want another chance, words so good from me today. This is it. Head on over there, and it says Friday through Monday. So you've got today and tomorrow and Monday to grab those as well. Or, ask someone else to get them for you, whichever one. It's a really good bundle, by the way. They're really good plushies. The backpack's really cool. Like 100% worth it, in my opinion. Not that I'm trying to twist anybody's arm or anything, because I know not everybody's got money to throw around. But they're cool. Okay, let's have a non-merch update, shall we, from Dawny the Fish Stick, who has provided a voice actor update for their show. So, 16 out of 25 characters have voice lines sent in. That's really cool. That's good progress. Animation can finally start. Awesome. I will get this the right way around sometime. I swear I will. I don't know why I get so confused about which arm is which. Help me. But animation can't quite start because Dawny's actually sick and has no energy. I hope you feel better soon, Dawny. That sucks. There's a few people been sick. It's that time of year, I think. But feel better soon. Anyway, out of the other 9 characters, 3 of them have confirmed voice actors. So that leaves 6 at the and this might have changed because this was a couple of days ago. So there might not be 6 slots or any slots left, but I'm still going to mention this anyway, because Dawny did mention the characters and the short description of the voices there. So we've got Cherry, very girly voice, probably on the lower side. Marshmallow, terrified and very high. Hairbrush on the higher side and screechy. Mouse pointer, USB from MBMB, but lower, like the opposite of nasally. Okay, yep. Ukulele, happy and higher. And Pearl, like Cherry, but as annoying as possible and higher. If you feel like you might fit the role for any of these, then there's a form, which I'm also going to link as well. So if you want to have a bash at getting some VA work in, this is a good opportunity. I did leave a comment saying, no, I do not fit the bill for any of those, do I? Because my voice is not high. I could put on a high voice, but it's not something I could consistently do. It would destroy my throat. I will leave the floor open to people who are more naturally inclined to do those kind of voices. Hey, but Dawny, if you ever need the old British guy character voice. I'm here. All right, over to derpadon now, and let's roll right back into the merch stuff, shall we? Because derpadon also dropped some Black Friday stuff. Again, it's on objectshow.com because that's where the It's Time for the Stuff is. So we've got the wheel plushes here and the Nowhere plushes back in stock. I don't know if it was out. I think he was out. Maybe. I think this is a return. I think. Anyway, a whole bunch of derpadon stuff going on, and you can see in this, I got the right hand. You can see in this image as well that there's a clock pin, and there's an It's Time for the shirt as well, which is really cool stuff and worth checking out as well. Again, like pretty much like nearly any show you could think of that you're a fan of right now has done a merch drop over the last couple of days. It's like just you could just go nuts on like pretty much anything right now. Just spoil yourself. Well, I mean, like I say, if you can. If you can, I tell you, I did restrain myself. I nearly didn't. I tell you, it could have just been an avalanche of plushies and shirts and pins coming our way. But I was like, no. I have to keep some money for food. Okay, Fusion also posted this a few days ago about the tablet plush. We'll be back at a later date. iPad, but you can't call them iPad on the merch. In the meantime, 2 new plushies will be available on objectshow.com tomorrow. Guess which 2 plushies we got? I was not expecting this at all, actually. It's Water Bottle and Cringe Pill from TDOS. We got some Daily Object Show plushies. That's flipping awesome. I love that water bottle plush. Look at her serene face. I love Water Bottle. She's awesome. Cringe Pill, listen, don't get me wrong. Cringe Pills has moments for sure, but Water Bottle, awesome character. I'm so glad that she's got a plush. I'm glad the Cringe Pill's got a plush. I feel like I shouldn't be trying to push Cringe Pill out of the picture here. It's just I clearly have a favorite out of those 2 characters. That's all. But they look really well designed. I love the facial expressions on them. They just objectshow.com plushies are just flipping amazing. I know other people design them, but like, they look. I just really like them. They're really good. The merch train continues. We also got a merch update from Greeny Guy. Don't you worry, I have so much merch for you today. Exclamation mark plush is back. Yes, it's another returning plush. There's quite a few returning stuff for the holidays, as well as the new things. So, hey, if you want an exclamation mark plush, on top of everything else I've already thrown your way, objectshow.com seems to be the place to be right now. Well, objectshow.com is mostly the place to be, but you know, Inanimate Insanity has their own storefront, and somebody else may also have their own storefront, and that would, of course, be Jack and Jellyfy. They just dropped a whole bunch of new stuff over on their store as well. Look at this. We got the teardrop lamp now. Another lamp to add to the collection. And I can't keep up with all of this stuff coming out. There's also a comic book featuring 7. There's a Vomitaco blanket. Didn't see that one coming. Some cool pins. That's the top left there. You've got the... clearly, there's no way they didn't put 6 and 7 next to each other there by accident. But yeah, there's 6, 7, 9 pins. There's a spinning Death Pact Again pin, which Chelsea Woogalo designed. There's the team pins from BFDI. And the Bros pin. I love the eraser Blockian pen. And oh yeah, sorry, how could I forget? Right there in the middle, there's a newly designed 4 plush, so it's different than the original design. I've seen a bit of debate going on about whether the old one was actually better. Some people are like, well, the old funky looking one actually kind of fit 4 a bit better than this one, but like I say, that's a debate that's between people's preferences, I suppose. I mean, it'll be cool to have a 4 plush either way, right? But I guess I wonder if it would have been a good idea to keep the old design and just add the newer design and just let people choose if they want the old one or not. Because now people won't have the chance to get the old one, you know what I mean? I mean, to me, it's not a huge, massive deal, but it is always sad to see like an old piece of merch just go out of print or out of stock and then not come back again, because then that's just a little part of history that's just gone, right? But it is what it is, and either way, that's a whole bunch of cool merch. And I totally forgot to grab a screenshot of this. I'm going to have to do my little magic trick of adding it after the fact, so it'll be like over here somewhere. But there's also merch coming out to coincide with BFDI 23 next week. There's a really cool looking pin mech plush. There's also a figurine. And there's bouncy ball plushies. They actually apparently bounce of 8-ball, TB, and GB, which is pretty fun as well. So yeah, more stuff. And I don't know if that's only going to be available. Surely it won't only be available at the theatre showings. It's got to be on the site. I guess we'll wait and see. We'll see next week, I suppose. But yeah, the merch train continues to continue. All right, we have a non-merch update finally. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this update. MationsBomb hit at 250,000 subscribers. Yay! Told you these things aren't going anywhere. Every single time we've got a celebration to do for any reason, that thing's waiting there. Congrats, 250k. Absolutely, just big numbers. Big numbers. I'm always gonna celebrate. I'm always gonna celebrate people's growth. And Missions totally deserves it because Orbit is such a fun show. And onwards and upwards, Missions. Looking forward to seeing the next episode of Orbit. We also had a little update from Mooncookiez, POPTART Pursuit creator. We got a little teaser image, or a little just artwork image. Be prepared for 2026 with 1B. Appreciate your support. The crew and I hope to bring you more soon. And the thank you there for Ash for drawing the image there. So there's a little bit of a possible teaser as to what kind of things we're going to see during that challenge that was hinted at in the first episode of POPTART Pursuit. And if you don't know what that is, then I talked about it a couple of episodes ago. So you can go check that out, or just go check POPTART Pursuit out. That makes more sense. Go watch the episode and then go and see what I thought about it. That's probably the right way around, because I just spoil loads of the episodes. But yeah, POPTART Pursuit is really fun. Highly recommend checking it out. All right, on to the new episode of a brand new series that I was talking about earlier, and it is something we have talked about. We've talked about it the last couple of episodes, actually, because the episode was getting ramped up to come out. It's Purgatory! Yes, we did get episode 1, episode 1A on, well, I say Wednesday evening. It was actually after midnight on Thursday for me. So I didn't get to watch it until yesterday afternoon. But yes, episode 1 is called Get Me Out of Here. And yeah, it was pretty fun, pretty solid. Before we get dived into it, why did I add the extra word to the previous sentence? I have no idea. Be warned that there are spoilers for this first episode of Purgatory upcoming, so if you have not watched it yet and you have plans to watch it, then you should probably skip this section for now and then maybe pop back after you've seen the episode to see what I thought about the whole thing. But yeah, I always have to give that warning because I don't want to ruin anything for people who haven't seen it yet. But if you have watched it, hey, or if you have watched it, or if you haven't but don't mind listening to me talk about it, then hey, happy to have you stick around while we go through this. Okay, so what is Purgatory all about? I mean, I could explain it, but I think our host does a much better job.
Hello, everyone! My name is Button, your incredible host for the greatest competition you will ever lay your eyes upon. It's called Purgatory. Oh yeah. A show where 25 contestants will face grueling challenges and battle each other to win this little ball thing. You might be thinking to yourself, just a little ball? That's it? Lame. Wrong. It's not just any ball. This ball can generate anything you ask it to. It's honestly pretty incredible. I'm not even actually sure how it works myself, but winning this thing will not be easy. Let me explain how the game will work. To start, we will have 4 teams of 6. In every episode, 2 teams will lose and will be put up for elimination. And that's where you, the viewer, gets to come into play. You get to vote 1 person from each team to leave the team and be sent to Purgatory, joining a 3rd person who is already in Purgatory. The 3 of them will then face off in a sudden death showdown. The winner will immediately go back into the game onto the team that got 1st place in the previous challenge, whilst the last placer, as you can probably guess, will be officially eliminated from the game, losing their chance at victory. The middle person will have to stay on Purgatory for another week until 2 more people are eliminated, where they will have to face off again in another sudden death competition. And Purgatory is not the place you want to spend a week alone. We have a very interesting group of contestants on their way now.
So, we have the usual premise. Bunch of contestants battling for an awesome prize. Seemingly awesome. 4 teams, viewer voting. All the classics. It's all right there. This is all the kind of standard object show contest stuff that we're used to seeing. I'm in my comfort zone. For now, anyway. The Purgatory aspect is a nice little fun addition. You know, having 3 players battling out to return. 1 going out, 1 staying in Purgatory, and 1 coming back to the contest. But the one thing I thought is, like, how is that going to work in the first challenge if nobody's in Purgatory yet? Well, I may be getting ahead of myself there. Let's just go and meet these contestants first, shall we? Well, now, this seems like a ragtag bunch of weirdos. Just the way I like it. Honestly, this entire intro episode really is just getting to know these characters. So let's get these intros out the way and see if we can't nail down some of these personalities. See how many little hints we get as to what these characters are like as people. So we've got Pepper Spray, who is already angling to be one of the tough guys of the group. Yeah, we see you doing those pull-ups. Are we impressed? I don't know, maybe. I mean, I can't do pull-ups, so, you know, maybe that does impress me. And then we hear some banging from somewhere else in the truck. Who's doing that?
I wanna play! Hey, banging on a wall is not going to get us there any faster. Zip it, Ziploc.
You can just call me Zippy, but we've been here for like 8 hours now. I'm so bored.
It's been 10 minutes.
Zippy. Seems to be quite restless and energetic. Definitely a live wire. Definitely one who's not going to be standing still too often by the looks of it. And after Zippy then complains about the lack of windows and feeling contained, that triggers a bit of a panicky response from someone else.
Yeah, you'd think by putting a solid truck like this we'd be getting kidnapped or something. But that's impossible, right? We wouldn't be getting kidnapped. Are we?
No, this would be a very elaborate kidnapping plan with a lot of attention brought towards it.
Well, I've heard a similar story to this before. People going off to a competition show to play for a prize, never to be seen again.
That's not...
What? Really?
Oh yeah, and that's not the first time this happened. So I'd say our odds are about 50-50.
Let me out of here! I don't want to die! Help! Help! Help!
So it seems like poor Ice Skate is easily led, while Liar is all in on winning the game no matter what it takes. Manipulating people, scaring people off. Whatever works. Moonlight seems very methodical and curious more than competitive, judging by this.
Actually, I'm more interested in the prize itself. Not winning it per se, but learning about it. I just want to see this up close for myself.
Up. I think I can save you a bit of time. Lucky for you, I already figured that out.
Really? Enlighten me.
It's pretty obvious. Who's the one person that can generate anything on command? The Tooth Fairy. Our host must have captured her and trapped her in that little ball, which is why it's my mission to save her. Consider yourself enlightened.
You know something? Corndog's Tooth Fairy theory might seem a little bit out there, but considering some of the other things we've seen in other object shows, it's a pretty viable thought process. So I'm not going to write it off. Although, can we just take a second to appreciate Moonlight's expression at the end of that clip? It's absolutely classic. And they're definitely one of the characters that's already winning me over. Meanwhile, someone else overhears Corndog's theory and may have fallen for its charms just like I did. Yeah, it's crayons. Crayons is drawn right into Corndog's confident tones, and I think we have a friendship being forged here.
Can I stick with you?
Well, of course, young apprentice. Stay by my side, and maybe you'll be just as smart as me one day.
I have to say as well, just going off the character images that we saw before this episode came out, there was like a post that had all of the characters in it. Why don't I just stick it up in the video, actually? And I thought I'd click with crayons just by their expression in that lineup. Sometimes you can just look at a character and just go, yeah, I'm gonna like that one. It's odd. It's odd how that works sometimes in media. You just look at a character and you go, yeah, that one's, yeah. I'm feeling that one for sure. So yeah, I may have been right with my initial feeling though. I mean, look at them. Oh, I love them already. Must protect crayons. Okay, over to Hairbo now, who sees Chalice lying on the floor and goes over to offer help. So already painting themselves as somebody who wants to assist other people, maybe to their own detriment, perhaps, because Chalice just brushes them off. Already seen a bit of a prickly personality with this one, and tells them to go and help someone else who clearly seems like they need it. I mean, yeah, Venus Flytrap definitely does look like she could use some comfort. And who's Hairbo to object? Like I said, they definitely seem like the type to try and pick people up. What's the worst that could happen anyway?
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Hairbo.
Don't. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Spit out. Help.
Yeah, and the thing is...
Whoa! Oh, jeez! Oh my gosh, are you alright?
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Really, it's fine. I deserve that.
Yikes! So that's why Venus Flytrap was panicky. She didn't want anyone to get nommed. Well, Birdbath rushing in to save the day, though, paints him as the heroic type. So a bit more character build on the side for us there. Poor Hairbo is our pushover character now. That's clear. It's like, oh, just wants to help people. Oh, but then my heart did break a little when they said they deserve to be eaten, and then thank you. And they also apologized to Chalice before walking away. And it's like, they're definitely the character who's just gonna go along, like take lead from somebody else, but also won't stand in anybody else's way. Lacking confidence and lacking confrontation skills. But we could see that change as the show goes on. It just depends. These characters could develop and grow and find themselves. It's like, it depends what kind of show they're going for here, right? But either way, for now, poor Hairbo. I feel so bad, and another must protect kind of character for me. But in the meantime, though, someone seems to be enjoying other people's pain.
Hey, what's up, sleepyhead?
Ew.
You know, you seem really cool, kind of like myself. I think if the two of us stick together, we can be an unstoppable force. Bow, bow, bow.
Hey, so there's this thing called personal space. This year, this is my bubble, and you are just all up inside of it.
Oh, sorry. But, what do you say?
No, try someone else, not me.
Oh, alrighty. Catch you later. Hey, do you want to be friends?
Sure, why not?
Awesome! You and I will be the best duo ever conceived.
Oh.
Alright, Chalice, laughing at Hairbo's mean, but I like glue. Bad puns, overeager, silly goofball looking for buddies. Alright, I like glue. And it seems like, despite being brushed off by Chalice there, glue is going to get along with Cork just fine. Maybe. Okay, so over to our standard evil character now.
That orb may be a simple magic trick to some, but to me, I see a ticket to world domination!
Phew. Crisis averted. You did a good thing, Birdbath. You did good.
Oh, Grape. We're going to have so much fun. Gotta add Grape to the trope of, the list of tropes of villainous characters being teensy tiny. Looking at you, Plankton. And then we go straight over to one of my favorite interactions of the whole episode between Yoga Ball and Flamingo Floaty.
Oh, hello. What are you doing up there?
Oh, sorry, I tripped. What are you drawing?
I don't think I really want to share this with anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's my bad. I'll just leave you alone then.
No! It's alright. Don't feel bad. I'm Flamingo Floaty. What's your name?
I'm Yoga Ball. Nice to meet you too. So, what do you like to do?
Draw.
Oh, well, yeah, duh. Guess I could have guessed that.
That was just the funnest little moment. Like, Flamingo Floaty is so great. Pretty sure she was humming the My Little Pony theme song at the beginning there. And just the way she asks what Yoga Ball's name is while just pointing at him. And then draw and pointing at the sketchbook. I adore it. I love it so much. It just, yep, I don't know. That just got me. Just such a fun interaction. Really liked it. Next up is Grass Block, voiced by Trinitine, by the way, who we have talked about here on OSR pretty often, as they're currently working on a show called Sempiternity. So, hi Trinitine, how are you doing as Grass Block? And this guy is just out to flirt with every girl he sees, starting with Sunday, who is either totally unaware that flirting is happening, or is pretending not to know to fluster Grass Block and get rid of him. Then he just moves over to Pawn. But that fixation doesn't last long. As Grass Block sees someone he can't resist.
Excuse me?
Sorry, nice meeting you. Excuse me, but I just wanted to say that you might be the most beautiful creature I have ever seen. So perfect in every way, and this is very unlike me. I've never done something like this before, but I think I'm in love with you. And I know we've never spoken, but I feel a connection like no other. So, would you like to be mine for this competition and forever?
Sure. Oh.
Okay, now I don't do this often, but I've got to say the joke there fell a bit flat for me. Now I'm on board with the whole don't assume anything about anyone by the way they look. Totally get that, and it's very true. You shouldn't. I just didn't really like Grassblock's over-the-top reaction there. The running away screaming thing. I mean, yeah, it's probably just it's just an indication of his personality, going for the whole like hyper masculine thing and being horrified when his manliness is called into question, and that's and I'm sure it wasn't written or meant to be portrayed in a way that was like bad, but I just don't know. It just sat wrong with me. Maybe it's just me, and like I'm not saying don't enjoy that joke. I'm just saying personally it didn't land. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe this is the start of Grassblock's journey of self-discovery. Actually, that would be awesome. You know what? Let's wait and see what happens. Grassblock and cat headphones could just well be an item by the end of the show. That would actually be really funny and really awesome, actually. I'm not trying to push anything on anybody. I'm not trying to say anything about how the show should progress. I just think that would be a really fun way for things to turn around. But anyway, like I said, that one just, it just was a bit flat for me, that one. But listen, I do really like flirtatious, silly flirtatious characters like that. Grassy in Object Lockdown. Totally lost my mind for a second. There's another good example of this. And it's funny how grassy in that show, grass block in this show. It's just something about grass, apparently. Okay, over to Broccoli now, who is talking Rollcake's ear off, despite her best efforts to stop him.
Went ahead and...
Shut up!
That was pretty rude. Anyways, as I was saying, apparently everything in the government is harder than I thought, and now I'm on several lists.
We got a grade A yapper in our midst, and I feel called out for some reason. Then we meet Toy Capsule and Cooler, with Cooler asking why Toy Capsule's just been standing in one place. Toy Capsule responds thusly.
Just getting a scope of the competition, seeing what I'm up against, and from the looks of it, this ought to be a walk in the park.
Why do you sound like that? You know, you're really not impressing anyone with that accent. And you! Who are you? Okay.
What? Did you expect a round of applause?
Please, you're not gonna do anything. What are you doing?
Aha! Classic cocky character who is giving me taco vibes. And it's not just because of the accent. Also, Sketch seems to be an interesting character. Did they make the truck swerve? Do they have secret powers? They can draw stuff on their screen and make things happen? If so, why do they even need the prize? I guess it would be a nice addition to having cool powers, to have extra powers. I guess it doesn't hurt, does it? Either way, Nori Sketch, I'm not going to mess with you again. Or once, even. I'll just leave you to your own devices. Don't you worry about that. Ice Skate then goes into full meltdown and does believe that they're all being kidnapped and starts banging on the side of the truck again, with Cooler and Sketch joining in, but maybe only because they want to be a little bit chaotic. I'm starting to get that feeling from both of them. The driver of the truck, Cassette, hears the commotion and yells at everyone to keep it down. And while he's distracted, he, hits something.
Hey, quit with all the ruckus back there. Whoa, what was that? Whatever.
So, looks like someone unexpected is coming along for the ride. And Ice Skate has escaped. But, hang on, why the heck does the scenery look so bleak and faded when Ice Skate's outside of the truck? And we're seeing things from just Ice Skate's perspective. Just Ice Skate on the screen. Is that intentional? Are we meant to be reading something into that? Because you know Mikey overanalyzes everything, right? Anyway, Ice Skate then gets paranoid that everyone's going to think that she had something to do with the kidnapping, if that is what's going on, and starts running after the truck. While Zippy goes full gremlin mode and tries to also jump out of the truck. Gonna have to really keep an eye on this one. Pawn pulls them back in, thankfully, and the journey continues. And then they eventually arrive at their destination. It's a large building with a button motif. Yeah, very, very, very subtle from our host, that one. Inside, a voice greets everyone as a spotlight illuminates them all. And Button introduces himself to everyone. But unfortunately, it's not much of a fanfare because some of the players kind of make fun of him, kind of ruining his big intro a little bit. I mean, kind of mean, everyone. Not gonna lie. You just met the guy. Cut him some slack, give him a break. Give him a chance. At this point, though, Moonlight does chime in with a question about the prize. Oh, time to learn more about its great and mystical powers.
Hey, yeah, I had a question about the prize. It can generate anything you want and it's instantly made just by thinking it?
Well, not instantly. It actually takes kind of a long time to make things. And it's not just by thinking about it either. You have to say it out loud. Watch. Hey, little ball thing. Generate a statue of me. It'll be ready in a few days.
Oh. Well, I mean, it is still great and it is still mystical, just a bit on the slow side. To be honest, though, if it can make anything, it's still worth a few days of waiting for it to make that something, right? You could wait a few days if you're going to make something totally awesome that's going to change your life, right? Yeah. Button then also tells everyone that the orb did create the building they're in and the truck that they travelled in, which wins Chalice over at the very least, because Chalice was the one who was like, that prize sucks, I want to leave. But why would Button want to give this away, though? You know, that's the interesting thing. Why is Button giving this awesome thing away? Well, before we get to think about that too much, we learn more about the character who was hit by the truck earlier. Her name is Biscuit, and she wants to play. But Button says no, because that would leave them with too many players. Because no, it's meant to be 25. We can't do 26. But then Broccoli mentions that Ice Skate jumped out of the truck. So Biscuit is in. Problem solved. Kind of. Because now we come back to my initial question about how this is going to work if someone always needs to be in Purgatory.
Can we start now?
I have a question. So, on the information, it said every round that 3 people are in Purgatory and 2 teams lose each round. So how will that first person be put into Purgatory?
And what even is Purgatory?
Wow, glad you asked that. That's actually a perfect transition.
Alright, thanks for asking that, Toy Capsule. But we won't find out how this is going to work until episode 1B comes out, because when they fall into the pit, the credits roll, and that is the end of episode 1A. I mean, it's most likely going to be just an everyone against each other challenge, where whoever finishes last goes to Purgatory. Well, I mean, there's nothing else it can be, right? That's what it has to be. But yeah, personally, solid start to the show. Lots of fun characters, great voice acting, lovely art, lovely layouts. Really, really, really nice looking show. Overall, I'm really excited to see more of this. And my 3 faves so far, I'm looking forward to seeing more of them. Shout outs to Crayons, Flamingo Floaty, and Glue. My 3 favorites. I mean, but I like all of them. I really do. I really do like all of them. So good work, everyone. Everyone did just an awesome job. And congrats on getting the first episode out there, Derpy Doofus. What a long way you've come. I mean, I don't barely know anything about Derpy Doofus at all. Someone in my Discord server pointed me in the direction of Purgatory, and I saw that Derpy does object show content like kind of this-ish, but more reaction-y stuff. And then to go ahead and write your own show and get your own show made, I mean, that's awesome. That's really cool. It's just so nice to see another show out there in the world. With a bunch of awesome, talented people behind it. So, hey, more power to everybody on this project. I'm sure it's going to go really, really awesomely. So, go check out episode 1 if you haven't already. It's totally worth your time. It's 15 minutes of your day. Go check it out, see what you think, and enjoy. All right, over to Sacri now, and plushies. Burner plushies are back. Records and tissues. On top of the Daddy Longlegs plush that got dropped not long ago, we've got these 2 wonderful plushies back. I love that record plush, by the way. I love that design. I think that's really fun. Again, I had to restrain myself. So, unfortunately, I couldn't grab every single plushie that I wanted. But these 2 are really cool as well. So if you're a fan of Burner, easy chance to grab these 2 again as well. And yes, Webz also got involved with the plush stuff. Moonstone and Click are back. Yeah, and Broomer too. So yeah, Moonstone and Click are back in stock with Broomer. You can grab them at objectshows.com. And that's where Sacri's plushies are as well. And because they're not on pre-sale, it won't take 3 months to get. That's the thing with pre-sales. It's the anticipation after you've placed the order. It's just sitting there like, and now I wait. But it's really cool with these ones that have already previously been out and about, and now it's just, they're just ready. Just order them, get them, done. And look at these 2. They're so cute. There's such cute designs. I just love object show plushies. I like plushies in general. There's a whole bunch behind me, but object show plushies are just, I don't know. There's something about them. They're just so cute. We did get a 3 update from Webz as well, by the way. We did get, I'm halfway through with the 3 animation I have to do for this episode. 13 minutes down, 13 to go. There we go. We know how long the episode is. It's 26 minutes. So the next episode of 3 is 26 minutes long. All right. better prepare ourselves for that one. I feel like there's going to be quite a bunch of stuff going on in it, considering what happened in the last episode. We should probably do a little catch-up on that at some point, shouldn't we? Maybe that's something I'll put on my agenda between now and the end of December when the next episode of 3 comes out. I wonder if I should start doing catch-ups of show. No, that's too much more work, Mikey. Don't do that to yourself. That's too much. Look, it's on you to watch the shows. I'll just talk about episodes as they come out. And I'll try and get ahead of the game on as many new ones as I can so we can start from episode 1. I'll try. I've got so many other shows on my list I still need to go through and watch for the first time as well. You don't even know. I'm sure there's loads of people out there saying, I can't believe you've never watched Paper Puppets. Because I've never mentioned it. And no, I haven't. And it's been around for so long and I've got so many episodes to watch. I'll do it eventually. I might need to take a week off work for that one. I'm sorry, Webs. I'm totally talking about nonsense over the top of your animation update. Very exciting. I'm really looking forward to the next episode of 3. And all right, that will do it for another episode of Object Show Roundup. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So, a reminder, there will be a midweek episode to go over the new Inanimate Insanity episode next week. So that'll be Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll aim for Tuesday. You know what? I'll aim for Tuesday because BFDI 23 comes out on Tuesday. And I'm going to have to focus on that for the rest of the week afterwards, aren't I? Yay. And that's what I was also going to say. Next weekend's episode will probably focus on BFDI 23, whatever happens in that. There's people theorizing that it's going to be the last episode of the season. I was like, I mean, potentially, but it feels like, considering how many characters are left, there should be one more immunity challenge. But maybe not. I don't know. Guess we'll see what happens, won't we? I'm going to be just doing my classic spoiler dodging between Monday evening and Tuesday whenever the episode comes out on YouTube. Hopefully early-ish, so I don't have to dodge spoilers for too long. I'll just turn off all my socials and just sit in a dark corner somewhere for a while. It'll be fine. So yeah, that's the next week already kind of planned. So yeah, kind of know what's coming. And whichever updates we get from people in the meantime, I mean, if new episodes of stuff come out, I will try and squeeze those in as well. It's kind of like, it's quite the process. You know, it's quite the process to go through an episode of something and break it down and like pull out pieces and all that kind of thing. I really enjoy doing it. It's just, it takes time, you know. So we'll see what I manage to get through. I always endeavor to get through as much as I can, but you know, I am limited for time. And like, it's something I hate saying out loud, but I just want to be honest with you all about the amount of time I can put into things. Because, you know, I've got a family, I've got a full-time job, Monday to Friday. So I squeeze in what I can when I can, and I would love to do more. And maybe sometime in the future I'll be able to do more, but that's all dependent on how these episodes do, isn't it, really? So, leading on from that, please do like this video, share it, hype it, do what you can to support the channel. I do appreciate you all being here, whether you just tuned in for one specific section, whether you just tuned in for 10 seconds, whether you watched the whole video. Any time you spend here means the absolute world to me. Thank you all so much for the amount of support and love and appreciation you've given me since I started doing this show. It gets me every time. Oh my gosh, I'm tearing up. I just cry over nothing all of the flipping time. Why am I doing this? You all rock, and keep on being awesome. Keep watching object shows. Keep discovering new object shows. Keep creating object shows. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you Tuesday. If I say Tuesday out loud right now, then that will commit me to Tuesday. So let's say Tuesday for Inanimate Insanity Season 4, Episode 4 discussion and whatever else pops up. And then Saturday next weekend for BFDI 23 and whatever else pops up in the meantime. All right. Toodaloo.